Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Adaoma Onwukaeme. I am a Nigerian living in ancient South Korea, and I make videos for teens, parents, life in Korea, and faith. So today I want to make a very interesting video. I want to discuss a very important topic. Yes, it's important, and it's for parents out there, African and Nigerian parents out there. I don't want to say African. Let me say Nigerian, because I can't speak for the other parts of Africa. So I'm just going to speak for myself, for where I'm from. Nigerian parents, you need to listen. You need to hear this. So all Nigerian parents, please stop doing this to your children. And so I was even thinking, how do I title this video? I don't know how, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say, right? Things Nigerian parents should stop doing to their children. So let's get right into it. Number one thing Nigerian parents should stop doing to their children is stop putting pressure on your children. Now, I remember growing up, and let me put out a disclaimer. I am not making this video to what's the word now? I'm not making this video to question your parenting. I'm not making this video to make you feel like a bad parent. I'm making this video to open your eyes so that you understand that there is more to parenting. You know, understand that your child is a human being also, like you are. So please, my daddy, if you're watching this video, please, I'm not saying that you're a bad person. No, we are a great dad, but we can do more, okay? You can do more. So, number one, I said, stop putting pressure on your children. Now, I remember growing up, Adaoma, your friend has gotten admission. You are here at home. When are you going to get admission? You put unnecessary pressure. Don't make friends with this person. You don't make friends. You don't go out. And then they now ask you, when are you going to get married? I'm like, all your friends have gotten married. And they're like, oh, you need to get married. This, that. Stop putting unnecessary pressure on your child. Every person is unique. Everyone has their pace in life. I mean, stop putting pressure. You put unnecessary pressure on your children. Parents want their children to become automatic genius. Like, I give it to you today. In the next 5 weeks, you should be working. You should be, my pikin know they walk. My pikin know they run. Every child has a space. A child is 2-year-old. You want the child to start writing, to start speaking all the baby grammar, you know, and then you beat the child. Your mate, when I was 1 year old, I started writing. Mom, is that true? You know, so stop putting unnecessary pressure on your children. And they'll be like, no, I want my child to be a pharmacist. And then you pressure your child to become somebody or become something that she isn't. Allow your child to be. And then they make it worse by comparing their child with other children. And then that brings me to number two. Stop comparing your child with their sibling or other children. Why can't you be like Nkechi? See how Nkechi is just so quiet. Why can't you be like her? She cannot be like Nkechi, because Nkechi is Nkechi and your daughter is your daughter. So stop comparing the abilities of your children with other children. Stop comparing even their physical. Oh, look at you. See the way you are so fat. Can't you be slim like me? And look at your mother. See the way I am. For heaven's sake, stop comparing. And the thing you don't know is that when you compare your child, you're reducing the self-worth of your child. You're making your child feel lesser than he or she is. You're reducing your child's self-esteem, and then your child grows up with a low self-esteem, always questioning her abilities, always questioning, and then they develop like body image issues or different things along, and they become damaged children. So stop comparing. And then the worst thing is that they now begin to hate that person, and you're comparing your child against another person, and when she sees that person you're comparing her against, they begin to hate that person for no just reason, just because mommy always compares her with that person. The best that you can do for your child is to encourage them, is to allow them to compete against their own ability. So encourage your child to become the best version that she is. Don't start saying, your mate is working in Chevron, and you are working in whatever it is. Your mates are bringing in big money. Okay, mommy and daddy, maybe your mates are Otedola and Dangote. Should we start saying that you two become like Otedola and Dangote? No. So stop comparing your children with others. Number three thing Nigerian parents should stop doing is stop being unapproachable. My God, some of I don't know. I don't know where we get this idea that parents are like boss, and like are some demigods and they should be feared. Like, your child will not be playing, then you just hear the sound of your pim pim. That is mommy. Pew pew pew. They will begin to run and they will hide on their bed, pretend like they are sleeping. They don't want like. Stop being unapproachable. Your child cannot ask you simple question without you flaring up. Be approachable. Meet your child at the level where they are. Many children can never open up to their parents. Never. Like they will have issues and they will keep it until it becomes like threatening because their parents are unapproachable. So build this relationship with your child. Be approachable. Allow your child to grow, to see you as a friend, to see you as somebody that they can rely on, somebody that they can talk to, someone they can cry on, not someone that will just throw them away. Mommy and daddy, be approachable. That brings me to number 4. Mommy and daddy, stop being unaffectionate. I don't know. It's like Nigerian parents all over the world had like they did a meeting. Like, I love you. I'm not gonna lie. I tell my daddy, I type message, I love you, or I say I love you. I start calling him. My father will say thank you. Please, who says thank you to I love you? What happens to I love you to my daughter, my darling daughter? I love you to my precious daughter. We want to hear it. We want to hear I love you. Mommy and dad, be telling your children words of affirmation. Be affectionate. Kiss them on the cheek. It's not a taboo. It's not a taboo. Kiss them on the cheek. Hey God, I don't know. Be affectionate. Thing is that you, as parents, you are the figure they look up to, so they need to hear those words of endearment from you. If they don't hear it from you, who else do they hear it from? And I used to hear a story of is it a story? I used to hear things like when guys want to like toast girls, they'll tell them, "Fine, you're beautiful." I was in secondary school when we used to hear those things, and like they tell us when guys tell those things, tell them, "I know." But the thing is that if you as a parent have been telling your daughter, your son, how intelligent they are, how beautiful they are, when praise or when predators come to haunt them, already they know they have been affirmed by the one they love so much. So those words will not get to them because already you've embellished them with those words. Like you saturated their entire being with those words. So those boys cannot come and sakpa your daughter. What do you mean of sakpa? I don't even know what that means. Anyway, for my non-Nigerian viewer, I don't know what sakpa means, but no boy will come and woos that, take your daughter off her feet with sweet words because already she's been hearing it from you. So affirm your children. They need to hear it from you. Number 5 thing that Nigerian parents start doing is not being open to having conversations with their children. And one conversation is the sex talk. I think back and I can't remember, honestly, if my mother did. I'm sorry, mommy, you're in heaven already. If you did, I'm sorry, but I can't remember. For me not to remember means we did not sit down to have this talk. The only thing I remember in my head is that if a boy touch you, you get pregnant. That's what I know. They said, and no boy should touch me. Whenever I didn't, how is baby formed? We just know that they say the baby falls from heaven. God gives the baby from heaven. We don't have babies formed. I think our sex education was in biology, secondary school, when Mrs. Osakwe, a beautiful teacher, taught us about the reproductive system and every other thing that sex and the rest. Teach your children sex education. Teach them. Be open to having conversation. When you're watching the TV, there are conversation all around. The TV has a lot of, and then you say things like, what do you think about this? How will you react in situations like this? Have conversations with your children. And that is one step to bonding, to having that sweet bond, between parent and child. And it's like there are some particular words you cannot even use with your parents. You cannot use, I don't know. I always ask this question. Why is the private parts, the genitals, why is it a taboo? Why are those words a taboo? Why do we have to form other words? Why are we not using the real words for our children? What makes that word unholy? Are they unholy? Breast, is it unholy? So let's be open with that. I know it is going to take years of unlearning and relearning and what is it, unlearning and relearning for us to get to this point, but it's gettable. We can get there. So let's start having conversations with our children. 16, our parents, Nigerian parents, should stop doing is use of derogatory words on their children. Bastard, jati, hey, I can't remember those words like this, God. And then you hear these mothers, Olori buruku, omale, only dafwe oloshi. I'm like, kini, mommy, it's your child. Stop cursing your children. Stop using derogatory. Go better for you. And then they'll be like, stop it. The stupid child, you can never amount to nothing in this world. I'm like, how can you use such words on a person, on a child you took in your womb for 9 months, and you took the pain and brought the child into the world? How can you use such words on your child? If such words were used on you, how will you feel? No, it's not even like how will you feel. The thing is that what we don't know is words have power. Words have the potential to create, to destroy. Words have the potential to heal and to hurt. So, as a parent, your words should be creative words. Your words should be healing words. Your words should be encouraging words. No matter how angry, if your child makes you angry, please, at that moment, do not say anything. That's the best tip. Do not say anything. Leave that environment. Cool down. When you cool down, you cannot address this situation. If you want to address a situation in that heat, you will say things that you will not believe you said. So please, do not use derogatory words on your children. And when you stop screaming, they can hear you. I don't know. This screaming thing, you shout on the child. And they'll be like, and then this idea that a child should fear you. Even God, the kind of fear we have for God is reverential fear. Fear, not that fear of when God comes, we are running away. No. One thing that Nigerian parents should stop doing is the wrong understanding of the word discipline. Discipline. Now, I don't want to go deep. That's another topic for another day. Discipline. And then the nearest thing you hear parents say is spoil the word and spank the child. After all, the Bible said it. Please, did the Bible really say spare the word and spank and spare the word and spoil the child? Is it really in the Bible? Please show me where it is in the Bible. This phrase cannot be found anywhere in the Bible. The closest to it is using the Proverbs 13 verse, oh my God, help me, who can help me out? But that's the closest, but that's not the exact phrase. That phrase cannot be found in the Bible. What is discipline? Now, I don't want to go deep into this, but discipline, the root word for the word discipline comes from the word disciple. What does it mean to disciple? What does it mean? To train, to instruct, to guide. So when you're disciplining your child, you're training, you're guiding. And the best way of discipline is by showing example. So what example are you even showing your child? It's not everything woza, and then you punish the child in the name of discipline the child, even for things that are inevitable. Some things can. Oh God, I remember. Something will just slip, like maybe I'm taking a plate, or somehow I miss my step or something, and something falls down and break, and then boza, the snap that will descend on me, and then you will start seeing stars. Parents, stop abusing your children verbally and physically and emotionally in the name of disciplining them. You are abusing them, and that's the truth. Take it or leave it. I know it's a hard saying, it's a hard thing to digest. We African parents or Nigerian parents have grown up with the mind that when you beat a child, you're helping the child, you're helping the child grow. That's a very big lie. There are other ways of correcting a child without physically inflicting damage and emotionally damaging the child. A child makes a small mistake and then you use broom, koboko, and then you leave marks on the child. You see, some parents go to the extent of using the child steals and then use razor blade. What you should do is to find the underlying factor. What made this boy do this? He stole this. Why did he steal? And then the worst thing is that you tell the child, you manipulate the child, just tell me the truth, confess, I will not beat you. Confess, I will not beat you. And the child confess and tell the truth. You will now heap all the beats on the child. So the child does not even know. If I tell the lie, you beat me. If I say the truth, you beat me. So what do you want them to do? What do you want them? The child is confused on what to do. Stop confusing your children. Mommy and daddy, stop confusing your children. Your child may be calling out for attention. Maybe calling out for attention. Your child may be going through issues at school, or maybe oh my God, what do you call them? Or your child may be bullied, and or something may be going on wrong with the child, and he's looking for an outlet, and then he's exhibiting that character. Find the underlying factor. Please stop punishing your child for no reason. Another thing that Nigerian parents should stop is not being observant. Many parents, I'm sorry to say this, many parents are not observant. Atrocities will be going on under their nose. They will be seeing it koro like this. They see it, but they will never catch it. Their child will be abused under their nose, but they will never get it. The child will be complaining, I don't want to go to that auntie's house. I don't want to go to that uncle's house. And then you beat them. You must go. How dare you not go? You must go to that uncle's house. Go to Uncle Dide's house and bring me Maggie. And the child is running for Uncle Dide because Uncle Dide has been touching her. And then she will tell you, Mommy, I don't want to go. And then you will force her to go. Be observant. Listen to your children. Hey, listen to your things are happening. Listen to your children. I read a story of a young boy. A long time he told his story. I don't know what was happening at home, but his mother used to send him to the choir master. The house of the choir master for practice. I can't remember what, but he used to go to the house, and one day the choir master molested him. And then he came back and he told them that this is what the choir master did to me. And before then, I think at the point he stopped going, but they would always force him to go to the choir master. And then one day he had to just tell them, this is what has been happening. And like, you're lying on the man. Why, the wicked child? How dare you lie on this man? And then they went to meet the man. Of course, the man will not say that he lied. The man said, no, it's not true. And then they beat this boy. They beat him. How dare you lie on the man of God? And next thing, they sent him to boarding school. The boy resented coming home. He was angry with his parents for years. See, be observant. When your children tell you things, I'm not saying that sometimes children, they interpret things to their own understanding, and then you parents not taking proper action, you just you compound issues. But when your child tell you something, sit down, investigate. Do not shun the child. Do not discard whatever the child says to you. Make proper investigation. That way your child knows that mommy hears me. Daddy, anything I tell mommy, anything I tell daddy hears me. So if someone dares me outside and I tell mommy, I got mommy to cover me up. But if you're not observant and you don't listen, when things happen, who will they tell? Many girls, many boys and girls, grow up suffering from violence, domestic violence, from even their fathers, from people, their aunts living in the same house with them, and they never tell anyone because there's no one to talk to. Be observant. Be observant. Another thing that Nigerian parents should stop doing is never taking responsibility for their actions. And this is what I mean. You've done something wrong. Everybody knows. Mommy and daddy knows. Children know that this thing, daddy has accused somebody wrongly. And instead of you to take responsibility, you're like, oh, I'm sorry, that was wrong. I shouldn't have said that to you. I shouldn't have done that. The form boss. After all, I'm the parent. And so they cannot say sorry. And then the child, what are you teaching the child? Not to say sorry when they are wrong. Because they learn from you too. So, parents, when you are wrong, be humble enough to admit that you were wrong and apologize. It makes you human. Yes, because it is human to err. It is human to make mistakes. You are not God that cannot make mistakes. You make mistakes. So you will make mistakes. So teach your children that as human, you will make mistakes. But the beauty of it is that you will always apologize when you have realized that you have made a mistake. So parents, learn to apologize. Okay. And then the 10th thing parents should stop doing is stop imposing. Now, I don't know where we got this idea that children, and I don't know how's the word now, children are to be seen and not to be heard. So you grow up in a family, just the father backs the other, do this, do that, and then if the child asks a question, do not ask, just do as you're told. And so the child does not reason for themselves, do not think. See, everybody born on earth is inquisitive. So allow your children that grace, allow your children that opportunity to explore, to ask questions. Do not just back others at them. Allow them to be inquisitive. And then your child wants to be loves painting, is drawn to painting. No, I want to be a doctor. Now doctor you go be. For this house, nobody is going to be a painter. You, doctor, you, engineer, you, banker, you, lawyer. You've imposed your dreams and aspirations that you did not do. You want your children to do it. Mommy and daddy, your children have their own life to live. Haba, you have lived your own now, but you are still living your own. Allow them to live their own. They have their own life to live. So do not impose on them. Allow them. Your part is to die. My mom used to say this thing, that as a parent, I am the caretaker. I am the caretaker. I'm not the director of your life. I am not the director. So you are the caretaker. What does a caretaker do? When you pay for rent, will your caretaker come and tell you how to leave your house? No. When you have issues, you go to your caretaker and they resolve the issues. They are the intermediary between the landlord and you, right? So as a caretaker, what are you to take care of your children, to guide them, to direct, not to live their life for them, not to impose on their own on their own person, not to impose. So please, mommy and daddy, allow your children be. Nigerian parents, allow your children be. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, I'm not here to, it's a long video. Oh my god, it's a very long video, but I hope you watch it this very end. Are there other things you think that Nigerian parents should stop doing, or are you from other parts of the world and this resonated with you? Please leave it in the comment section. Okay, till I come your way next time, keep living intentional. Bye for now.